What's going on, people? It's your boy back at it again, and I was just writing something, and I thought that this is so important um, that I just had to come on here and share it with you guys because it's very important. It seems like a very necessary thing to talk about. First, well, I want to paint a picture in your mind. I want you to imagine. I'll just read off of. I don't want to read off of this, but I have what I want to say in front of me. Usually I don't. Usually I'm talking about a whole bunch of shit. But now I got it in front of me, so I'll be quick to the point. Imagine 300 people, 300 million people. Well, actually, most of us can't imagine 300 million people, including myself, because my brain just doesn't have that capacity. I can't imagine 300 million individuals next to each other, but I can imagine 1,000 people next to each other somehow and get a better idea. So now imagine 1,000 people standing next to each other in a crowd, and each one of them has a plastic bag, like a trash bag, in their hand. And in that trash bag, there's compost. It's filled with compost. The remainder of fruits, seeds, meat, bones, bread, whatever you call compost. In this trash bag, there's all of that, and it's full of it. And a person, that's like the remainder of their compost for the past week. So they have it here. And now I want you to imagine a big hole dug up in the ground that fits this 1,000 trash bags. Like, imagine yourself in front of a hole that can fit 1,000 trash bags. Like, imagine yourself in front of a hole right now that can fit 10 trash bags. 10 decent sized, like half of my body sized trash bags, right? How long do you have to dig that hole to fit 10 trash bags in it? How big does that hole have to be? Now imagine 20 trash bags. Imagine 100 trash bags. 100 trash bags. That hole has to be pretty fucking big. Maybe like I don't know how big your backyard is, but I probably, my whole entire backyard would probably, if I dig it like deep enough for one trash bag, I'll probably be able to fit like 100 or 200 trash bags in my backyard. And my backyard is like, well, it's not huge, but it's not small. It's a decent amount of ground. So now imagine 1,000 trash bags. Imagine a space enough for 1,000 trash bags. How many trash bags are there? A lot. Now imagine all of these trash bags into the ground and then dirt poured over them and just left somewhere in the desert, in nature, in wherever, right? There's all of this goodness that the soil needs in order to replenish itself. But it's sitting between a material, plastic, that takes like so long, like 200 years, 300 years. I don't know the numbers, but a lot longer than without a trash bag, like a lot longer to get absorbed by the dirt than the stuff inside it. So now the earth goes through this natural process of things. So when you put a piece of bread or a piece of corn or something into the dirt, by next year, that whole thing is going to be completely absorbed by the dirt and replenished. The soil is going to be replenished and all that stuff. But if it's sitting inside of a trash bag, I imagine it's going to be a lot longer than the natural process of it. So these natural processes are set and placed by nature in order to maintain balance in nature. And something about balance is that it's a requirement for life to go on and be good and happy and healthy and beneficial and be like at its highest level of performance. It's homeostasis. Like, your body is doing that all the time. Your body is trying to maintain homeostasis in order to live. A loss of homeostasis, a loss of internal balance, leads to death eventually. So now, thank God, Mother Nature is so resilient and is putting up with all of our bullshit. But as humans, we have this responsibility because we have this awareness to talk about this stuff and know this stuff and learn this stuff. And when we learn this stuff, then we have a responsibility to do something with our knowledge. So anyway, back to the imagination. There's all this trash bag and stuff in the ground, and it takes so much longer to get absorbed by the soil. And now our soil is left without nutrients, and we're trying to get more out of our soil. Now, this is happening on a bigger scale all around the earth. And thank God there's a lot of people who were have realized this and have been doing something about this issue long before I was born. So thank God for all of those people. And I appreciate them for deciding to take responsibility for this and helping with the process of restoring balance in nature. But there's 300 million people in America. If every single person took responsibility for their own trash, we would be living in a different world. If every single person just took all their compost from 1 week, put it in a bucket, and then buried it in their backyard. Each week you'd maybe fill up one big 5-gallon Home Depot bucket, maybe 2, depending on how big your family is. And maybe not even 1. If you live by yourself, you're alone. But each person would fill up one of these buckets and put it in their backyard, put it in the ground. 52 holes dug up in the ground. 52 by yourself. That would change so many things about your life. First of all, every week you'd have a hole dug up. You'd be working out. I'm just saying, like little bits of taking responsibility for something creates this pattern of bringing little bits of more positive things into your life. And that would be an example of it. Now, if you start doing that this year, by next year, you're going to have some very nice and rich soil. You could grow your own food. And the process is really not hard. We think it's so hard because we've never done it before. But I had a tomato plant, just one tomato plant, that gave me so much tomato, and me and my family, and we all ate from it. Now, if we had 3 of those tomato plants, then maybe we wouldn't even have to buy tomatoes from the grocery store or anything, So, but either way, that's not why I'm making this video. I wanted to talk to you guys about that specific thing. I know I did it again, went off, talked about other stuff, but my point is, just wanted to make this point that taking care of your own compost, just taking care of your own compost, maybe it would take like all together like an hour of your time in the week, like the same time that you would spend throwing the rest of your food into the trash bag, throw it into the bucket, you know. And it takes the same amount of time almost. The biggest difference is digging up the hole, and let's just overestimate, let's say 2 hours. 2 hours you'd be contributing to Mother Nature's needs by so much. Yeah, I just wanted to share that real quick. Thank you for listening.